in Smith's Chiefs going up against Tannehill's Dolphins.
Thank you, Larry. It is a hot and humid afternoon as we get set for football in the southern part of the Sunshine State in Miami, Florida. This crowd a few minutes ago stirred into action at the side of their Dolphins emerging from the Hard Rock Stadium tunnels, and we are ready to go as the Dolphins get set to match up with the Kansas City Chiefs. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the first carry for Kenyon Drake, and he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. But expanding a little bit on Kenyon Drake, interesting year because hardly used early on. Then Jay goes to Philly, and he took over as the Dolphins' lead back after that trade.
And was never a lead back in college. He was always that accessory piece who helped him in the special teams as well. So we'll see what the Dolphins decide to do in 2018. See if they give him a little competition at that spot.
Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4. They are going for it. It's Tannehill. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Justin Houston from his outside linebacker spot, forcing the sack for a loss of 8. So shall we say a bold decision to go for it, and that bold decision does not pay off.
And when you talk about bold, you're saying all caps?
All caps.
Yeah, without a doubt. Maybe they're telling their defense they have a lot of faith in them. I mean, that's how you have to spin it, is that you tell your defense, you know something? We were able to go for it there because you guys are so good. I'm not worried about things. That's the only explanation I can come up with in this situation.
Well, he better get ready to spin it for that post-game presser because you know he's going to be out.
He's going to have to spin it for his own locker room, frankly.
Now it's 2nd and 7. First carry now for Kareem Hunt. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line. So the ball that time in the hands of who wound up being the NFL's rushing leader this season. Now, maybe a little help from Le'Veon Bell and also Todd Gurley sitting out their finales, but still a spectacular season for Hunt.
You going to throw cold water on the man just like that?
I said a spectacular season for Kareem Hunt.
Okay, let's accentuate the positive. A 3rd-round rookie out of Toledo. Led the league in rushing as a rookie. That is cause for celebration, not just in Kansas City, but across the league when you see these guys get their opportunities. And not only did he run it well, he caught it well, and he sparked Kansas City to a 5-0 start to the season and eventually to the playoffs.
Yeah, bright future for him. Total yardage on the ground, 1327, and 11 total touchdowns for Hunt this year. And pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Here's Smith now on 2nd down. And this is caught by Wilson for a Chiefs touchdown. Albert Wilson, a 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Chiefs are going to take a first-quarter lead. And his kick is good to make it 7-0 KC. Butker now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Miami's offense getting ready to come back out onto the field. Take a step back, Charles. You look at the Dolphins in 2017. Look, they were 10-6 in 2016. Many people thought, wow, here we go. 2017 high hopes. They limped to a 6-10 finish, however.
Yeah, and you used the word limped, and it started with the injury to Ryan Tannehill, his knee in preseason, in camp. And then they decided to bring in Jay Cutler. That didn't work the way they expected to work at the quarterback position. Jay was a Pro Bowl, well over 1,000-yard runner the year before. The chemistry wasn't right. He gets traded to Philadelphia midseason. And Jarvis Landry, over 100 catches this year, but yards per catch, well below 10 yards. So when you add it all together, not what they expected on the offensive side of the ball.
Now on first down, Drake again. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple, down to the 15-yard line.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
On second down, it's Drake. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And just like that, it's third down. Throwing on third down, Tannehill. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Justin Houston in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. With Tannehill staying out there, they're going to go on 4th down. And they're going to go soft on the corners. Now it's Tannehill. And it's caught by Parker. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Devontae Parker, a 24-yard touchdown. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Cody Parkey is on now for the point after. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A little antsy on the left side of the line.
Yeah, I think they got the guy in the end. I think they got the DN there on that one. And let's face it, he is so amped up, wanting to get a good get off on the snap, jump too quickly.
It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. But before the possession switches here, I had written down that I wanted to talk about some of the awards this past season in the NFL. We know Brady was the MVP, but Todd Gurley, Offensive Player of the Year.
How about that for a bounce back? Many were questioning whether he'd had a sophomore slump the season before. Didn't even get to 1,000 yards. Was a dominant force in 2017. How about his teammate Aaron Donald on the defensive side? He took home Defensive Player of the Year award.
Yeah, very impressive. They had both sides of the ball. Sean McVay deserving, I think you would agree, of Coach of the Year.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, what he did for the Rams when they went from last in the league in scoring to leading the league in scoring and winning a division title. And how about the New Orleans Saints? Rookie of the Year, offense and defense. Alvin Kamara on offense, Marshawn Lattimore on defense.
Caught here by Conley. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Under 4 to play now. Clock running. Third down. Here's Smith. Out to the right here to Wilson. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. They are going for it. It's Smith. And Wilson has it. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down. On first down, Smith. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tuck roll that they can fall back on anymore.
Throwing on third down, Smith. He's got the hook up with Conley. And he'll be knocked down sideways at the 49. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to fourth down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They converted once earlier in this drive, but they'll roll the dice here again on fourth down. They're going to go for it. It's Smith. That's to his running back, complete. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. 5 yards on the pickup, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on fourth down. To play in a tightly contested first half. We'll come back to Miami after this. On first down, it's Smith. That's out to Hill, right side complete. And he's brought down. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit, and another first down. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage, so as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. Finding room to the 20. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Dolphins have got it. So the football switching hands here in just a second. And, you know, Tom Brady, just to go off on a tangent for a second, may have lost the Super Bowl. But third MVP this past season, and what he did at age 40, really something, right, Charles?
Absolutely phenomenal. Ended up beating out Todd Gurley, the running back for the Los Angeles Rams. But he would have traded it for a Super Bowl win, don't you think? How about this? The last 9 NFL MVPs to play in the Super Bowl that same season, 0-9.
Yeah.
You go all the way back to Kurt Warner in, what, 1999, where he won the double?
We were going over that stat earlier. That is hard to believe.
But he would have been the MVP had the Patriots pulled that one out.
Yeah, he still has 5 rings, though. 5 Super Bowl titles for Brady. They'll run with Drake. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. A big play on the ground there. It goes for 36 yards.
Well, partner, I have to say they called him in the right defense there. Nickel set, 5th defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. And I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I'd love to come downfield and hit you little people.
Good run there. On first down, Tannehill. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Justin Houston getting him once again. His 3rd sack of the afternoon. On second down, here's Tannehill. And he hits his target. It's Kenny Stills. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Now a first down throw, Tannehill. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Parker. And he is out of bounds, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Kenyon Drake in the final seconds of the first half. And the Dolphins have taken the lead.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. Back onto the field come the Kansas City Chiefs. As they look back to this last year, disappointment ultimately in how the season ended, Charles, no doubt. It was a weird year, though. The great start, the weird middle, and then the strong end.
And every team in the NFL documents their season with a year-end, video, movie about the season. This is going to be a tale of 3 seasons for the Kansas City Chiefs, isn't it?
Yeah.
How about the start? Remember opening night in Foxborough, beating the defending Super Bowl champs? I mean, they went on the road and took out the Patriots with Tom Brady, and that got them up to a 5-0 start. And then they hit the middle side.
Yeah, that 1-6 stretch.
I mean, that was a tough one. It was hard to believe because we watched it unfold, but we kept saying, they'll get it back together. And they did. Down the stretch, 4-0, winning by almost an average of 12 points per game that propelled them to the AFC West title.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up. And we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, we do. We'll see if they can pick it up. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. On second down, here's Smith. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. See if they stay on the ground for second down. Right back to Drake. And some room to work. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Tannehill on first down. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll be brought down short of the 15, but a really good move on the run. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll make it a second down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has...
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Julius Thomas from 17 yards out, and the Dolphins add on to their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit, get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. The be in on the second half no matter what. Well, it was first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They run again with Hunt, and he is going to lose yardage here. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play, and it'll be third down.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
On third down, that's Hunt, and he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. That'll make it fourth down after a loss of 1.
Good luck trying to get your running game going against Ndamukong Suh. I mean, he is so strong. Just trying to move him, take one guy, 2 guys, whatever. I wish you a whole lot of luck. He usually converts an offensive running game into rubble.
They'll try and throw for it here. He is going to find Hill here. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. Give them 22 on that one. And the Chiefs are going to have a first down. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. Smith on first down. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third. So the incomplete pass brings up second down. Now Smith going to throw again. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he's brought down. A Kansas City first down. Smith finding Hill that time. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Trying to fight his tight end, Kelsey, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 14. This spot in the fourth quarter with that deficit, had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
Drake will start the drive on the ground. He's at the 40. Past the 20. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Kenyon Drake, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Dolphins are able to grow their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns.
Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. Tyreek Hill set to return it. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
Catch made right side by Wilson. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first. From the 50, it's Smith. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. He's picked off at his own.